Hello, everybody, and welcome to Splashtalks. This is your podcast for insightful conversations on secure work, information technology, and innovation, as well as everything we do here at Splashtop. Today's guest is one of my favorite people at the company, everyone's favorite person at the company, Jerry, who honestly, we wanted to be our first podcast. We've been working quite hard to get him available to join us today, and we finally did, but he's always traveling, and he is, if not one of the best minds in security, not only in the Bay Area, Silicon Valley, but I think in the nation. He probably wouldn't say that about himself, but there is over 30 years of, if not, maybe 20 years, maybe 20, 15 years in security, seeing the evolution of everything that has occurred with technology, especially in cybersecurity space. So Jerry, thank you again for being available and taking time to chat with us. But I think we're going to have a lot of good conversation today. So thanks again. And welcome to our, believe this is episode 4 already for us.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, thank you.
And the topic today is cybersecurity, zero trust, anything related to security. I want to get as much insight from you as possible. And I'll kick off with, what is cybersecurity to you?
This is a very tough question. And to easier to understand. So let me ask you these questions. Italo, you have a home. You have a beautiful family, right? What's home security? What do you have in your home?
Locks.
You have locks.
Ring camera.
Door, you have a camera.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
It's about
You have a small detector, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In case there's a fire or the stove is on fire, then you'll get alert.
Yeah.
So in general, cybersecurity, it's a series of control that you want to have to protect your organization, similar to what you did at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a front door, you have a lock. Now let me ask you, what kind of lock do you have?
It's a code one. There's a code on it.
It's a code one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some people will choose to use fingerprint.
Yeah.
Right? It's no longer the traditional key and locks, correct? This is to improve from the original, the traditional legacy of a key and lock, right? You improve to like a code. So on the dial pen, on the panel, what kind of a material do you choose? Some material worn off. So the burglar can tell, okay, these 4 keys or 5 keys are constantly pressed.
Yeah.
So choose the silicone one, right? You'll never warm off.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, besides lock, do you want to use deadbolt? Right? Some people consider this extra layer of security.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, why do you do all this? Why?
Protection.
Protect who?
Peace of mind.
Protect what?
Family.
Your
Protect the family. Yes.
Right? What else?
Your belongings, right? Your assets.
Correct. So when you look at this cybersecurity, there are so many cyber threats out there, and it comes with a lot of cybersecurity tools, different tools, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you gotta go back to take a look. What are you trying to protect?
Assets. Belongings.
Okay.
Yes.
How many assets do you have? Do you know?
Other than jewelry, cash,
What else?
clothes.
Your family.
Family, of course.
Right?
First one.
So you look at all this. What's the most important thing to you?
Family.
Your family, your wife, your kids.
Yes.
So what do you do to protect them? Besides you put in this house, build this house, right? At the door lock, at the camera.
Educate them. Don't talk to strangers. Don't let strangers in.
Correct.
You know?
What's dangerous, right?
Yeah.
This is similar to all these, what we do in the cybersecurity, right? We train our employee, what can be done. You know, should you click on this link, right? What else? What else do you do? Do you have homeowner insurance?
Yes.
to
Okay.
protect your house, right?
Yeah,
In
right,
case
right.
there's a natural disaster happen. Your
Yeah,
family will
car
be taken care
insurance.
of,
Yeah.
right?
Even phone insurance.
Do you have medical insurance for your wife,
Yes.
for your family, for your
Yes.
kids,
Yes.
right? You maybe have another additional insurance for what? You're protecting them from something that unexpected happen, accident, right? You got a bruise, you got a cut here and there, then you can have a professional, somebody come in to help them. If you think about all this is mainly to protect your assets, right? So first of all, you need to, before you decide on any of the security or measure or solutions or tools out there, I will highly recommend that sit down and take a look. Take a look at what kind of asset you have. Put a list. Build a list. You'll be surprised. There are lots of things that actually you don't even aware, right? And now you have the list of your
That's
assets.
right. A lot of things you made me think about. I was not aware.
Decide what's most important to you. Your family.
Yep.
What do you do?
Yep.
I educate them. Okay. Don't talk to stranger. Don't open door for the stranger. Right. And don't play around with fire. Don't play around with stove because it's dangerous. You'll get burned.
Yep.
Correct. And then for their health, for their well-being, and you have a health insurance, you have probably life insurance, all kinds of insurance for them, right? Try to protect them, no matter whether it's intentional get hurt or some get hurt by somebody else or they accidentally get hurt, right? Also, do you have a vehicle?
Yes.
When you purchase a vehicle, when you are single versus when you have a family, I'm pretty sure you'll choose different cars.
True.
Right?
Yes.
You probably have a minivan or a large size SUV because it's safer, right? You're not gonna drive like a two-door sports car and putting your kids in the back seat, right? And so you can race and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
All I'm trying to say here is when you identify the most important piece of your assets, you do layer and layer and layer of security for them.
Got it.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Now, you probably leave your car not in the garage.
Yeah. It's
Maybe on
outside.
the street.
Yep.
Why? It's tens of
A lot of crap inside our garage. That's why I can't even put a car in there.
Right. $10,000s worth of a car. But you park it on the street. What if this piece of asset is lost?
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna suck.
You have insurance, right?
Yeah.
It might cause some inconvenience to you. You might not have a car to drive around. But is a solution for you to go around? Yes, you can rent a car, or you can buy another one. All kinds of solutions. Whether it's just a matter of money, right? It can be cheaper, make it very expensive. It just depends on how you deal with it. But would it hurt your family?
No.
No. That's why most of people choose to park the car on the street.
Yeah.
Even if it's $100,000 car, they probably have a full coverage, right? And the car is gone. That's fine. I'll call insurance company, file a report. 1 or 2 weeks later, I'll get the check and buy another car. But if something very critical to you, actually, I don't know how to put it this way. Do you want to lose one of your family member? No way.
No. Yeah.
Right?
Of course not.
So the value of the assets, whether it's digital, is your data, or is your physical assets, they all represent a different value to you. So
And how you protect them.
yes, they will impact. They will. It's a.
There's weight.
That's fine. You guys were at it, right?
Yeah. There's a weight.
It's a weight, right? And you have to value that. So first of all, find out how many assets you have, and you do a risk assessment on it, right? What if this happened?
To give like what's more valuable.
Correct.
Identify.
Correct.
What do I care the most?
Yes. Once you identify those, then you start taking action and measure, deploy control. Okay. You buy insurance on this one, on that, and you build your house like a fort, right? With all kinds of things to protect your family. I was pretty surprised for the past, I'll say 8 to 10 months. I'm heavily interview the cybersecurity talent. I usually will ask them a question at the end of an interview is, what's cybersecurity to you? They say if Splashtop, you join our company, join Splashtop, we do not have any security manager at all. What's your approach to help the organization to make it secure? It's very surprised. Most of people, the first thing they say is, I'm going to deploy a firewall.
Okay. And what's wrong with that?
No, nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. And I will ask, building firewall for what?
Protect things from coming in.
Okay. And then?
That's one piece of the puzzle.
How do you know if there's something coming or not? You don't know. Right?
Okay.
And they will say, okay, preventing system from being hacked. What if the system got hacked?
It was vulnerable, something.
What do you have on the system?
Asset.
Right? Is that asset important to you?
Yes.
You don't know yet. You have to look at the content, right?
Okay. Oh, depends which system got hacked and whose it was.
Exactly. So you can just say, I'm going to set up something. Okay. You install antivirus. If you install antivirus, if you don't look at let's say if you don't go to your quarantine to clean up the infected files, what's so good about it?
Alerts you?
Well, if you miss the alert. Right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, in my entire career, I see, being through this myself too, collecting logs, right? We try to monitor and we collect like tons of gigabytes, terabytes of log. But what does that mean to you? If you are just keeping a journal, you don't look at it, you actually don't know what happened. And with everything is on the internet right now, there was so much activity. Normally, I mean, all the services being moved to the cloud. It's not in local anymore. You have 100 of employees that access, your Salesforce system, right? How do you know what they are doing, right? If there's a traffic coming, do you actually monitoring and examine every single piece of the traffic packet?
No, ideally there's something that detects for you.
Same, right? So it's same at home, right? You put a firewall. Do you really go in to configure your firewall?
No.
And even if you do so, are you configured correctly or not?
Most people wouldn't know.
There's no standard. There's no right answer. Similar, when you were young, you're buying a let's say V8 Mustang, right?
A lot of power.
Yep. But when you have a family, what do you choose?
SUV.
Why?
Convenience, ease of use.
Is it right or wrong?
No.
Nothing wrong. You're not buying a Mustang or Ferrari, right? But now you have family. What do you need to consider?
Their safety.
Correct. Okay. When you're buying a house, what do you care? You probably care about the school district.
Yes.
But when you are single, do you really care about that? You probably
buy
somewhere like,
right,
easy to go to party or something, have fun.
Yeah.
Right. So it depends on, you look at the value. You have a different approach. You constantly review it, constantly improve.
Yeah.
Right? By the time change, so once your kids grow old, they will be on their own, right? Building their own family. Maybe you can go back to buy your Ferrari or your Mustang, right? You no longer need an SUV or minivan.
Maybe
What I'm trying to say here is in cybersecurity, I like to use the kind of analogy to kind of educating my team is when you try to do an action or you try to make a change or deploy a control, please sit down and really think about what are you trying to protect, right? For example, I need to think about this. find a better example.
That's fine. These are great analogies. And there's no one single right answer to what is cybersecurity. It's just
Correct.
it's your lifestyle.
The easy can be fine. Actually, you don't need to ask me, right? It's very easy. You can go on Google.
Yeah.
You type in the question, Google will prompt you like, these are the outstanding tools that you can use. Use ChatGPT. Try it.
Yeah, there's a lot of information there.
Correct. They'll tell you, do this, right?
And a lot of tools that you can buy from. And and that's the toughest part, I would say, is there's a lot of experts. So who's the best expert?
Correct. And one thing, another methodology I usually, also share with my team is when you don't know what to do, translate your question into numbers. Okay, I'll give you an example. Years ago, when I want to buy a house, I do not have enough money, so the selection is limited. And for like few months, I look around all kinds of houses from different areas, and finally I nailed down to 5. But I don't know which one to choose. I pull out an Excel file, sit down with my wife. Okay, house 1, this is the cost, this is the location, school district, what's so good about it, what's bad about it, right? And have a 10 criteria, at least not 10 criteria that I need. Number 1, cost. What's the most important one? Money or school district? We're buying this for kids to have a better education, or I want to have a fancy house, but let's say lousy best school district. Crime rate, right? The house structure, number of bedrooms versus, and also numbers of a bath, right? Is it really critical? Those are probably low priority. Is the garage door fancy? Do I have lots of land for future development? So you write this down. Take out 10 criteria and give them a value.
Yep.
The most important one, you get it 10.
Got it.
Okay. Now you can have a matrix. You come up with a matrix. You sit down, be honest to yourself, and plug in the number one by one. You can't be biased. And very easy. Once you complete this matrix, boom, the highest score is my house. Right? Same thing. You look at what you want to do. If you are in doubt, right? They say, what kind of tool you want to use? You want to choose. Let's say, for example, remote access. What's the most important thing when you deploy the remote access?
Ease of use, speed.
Come on, we're talking about cybersecurity. This tool has to be secure.
I mean, yeah. Integration with your Active Directory, single sign-on, other layers of passwords.
Correct.
Logging,
down, right?
recording.
Different people, the customer or prospect or yourself, will have a different exercise. They'll have a different approach. They'll have a different level of a different value for each thing you just described. Maybe they don't care about integration, right? So a good product is you can cover all this from different aspects. Right? So for example, you look at our product. I think it's probably the best in the market. Not only look at how secure this product is, and also at the same time examine this company, the security, the security control, right? We've been through SOC 2 compliance. We also went through the ISO certification. All these controls are defined, industrial standard. Okay, we're not only provide a secure solution for customer or for people around the world. At the same time, especially I always tell people, security is a lifestyle. Splashtop. It's not something that we'll address this right now. Right now, outside the phishing is important. So let's take a look. Do a phishing campaign simulation one time. Okay, we're done. We forget about it. No, we continue doing it. There's another model I would like to share. There's no best security, only better. You gotta have this mindset. We'll never reach 100%. If you have this mindset, on a daily basis, you're seeking something to improve.
Very
We
good.
review our solution, right? Just like our product. Are we going to stop adding security feature or whatnot to our product? No, we'll never stop. Oh, I shouldn't say this. I mean, I'm not engineering, but I believe this is our culture. This is our model.
I really like that. So there's no best security, only better.
Yes. Will you stop making your family better, safer?
No, you're also going to continuously improve your home as well.
I like to use the analogy a lot, right? I wrote another article about like a year ago talking about when I was a kid. My dream is like, I want to be a doctor. I want to save people. Then when I go to high school, I realized, man, it's too difficult. I have to go through like 7 years of medical school and go through like intern and resident and probably another 5-10 years to become like how do you call it? A specialty, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I decided, and when I have a chance to start my career as a system administrator, and I realized I'm no different than doctor.
No.
Doctor cure patients. I fix computers. Right? You got sick. Doctor talk to you. I look at error message. You have a broken hip. Doctor will put artificial hips for you or your kneecap. Right? I can replace hard drive, replace your power supply on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Right? You got sick. What do you have? Doctor give a prescription. You get medicine, right? Take the pill, get yourself better.
Yeah.
I apply patch.
Mm-hmm.
System upgrade. Okay, so there's a flu season is coming up. You go take a flu shot. What do? You try to prevent like what? You getting sick, right? Now there's a virus out there. What do? I put antivirus on the system. So my system won't get sick. It's similar. I really enjoy this job. Can be a doctor, but I try to fix the system and make them healthy and protect them, right?
So just like staying on that doctor analogy, which relates, I think, on our world, the hardest part is managing the people, because they may be the one who may cause the most harm to themselves.
It is.
Not following your instructions or a doctor's instructions.
In general, if you have a system connecting to a network, no one is operating on it, and you have a latest patch just sitting there, don't do anything.
Nothing will happen.
Do you think that the system will get infected or get hacked or get breached? Not likely. The chances are very low. Right, because you don't even do anything, and nobody knows you're alive. The system got breached. Usually, I'll say the weakest link is usually human. They're doing something they're not supposed to do. They click a link, open a file. Right? I think I'll say the human greed in the early stage. They always say, "Hey, you want this lucky draw? Okay, here's a prize. Click on it." Mm-hmm. Right? I found out you are a long distance related to somebody who just passed away. You are his next of kin, and there's $80 million sitting in the bank. I'm his attorney. Blah blah.
A popular one. You get hired to the org, and you get a message from the CEO. Go get me something.
Yeah, that usually happens, right?
Yeah.
You just graduate from school, and you're intern and at the company, and suddenly then the CEO send you a text message and say, "Hey, please buy like $500 of a Apple gift card, right, for me." What do you do? Oh my God, CEO need my help. Yes, sir, I'll do it. Right? It's human weakness, and they know that this intern probably want to impress the CEO. Okay, so you'll do things immediately. So constantly, I usually will try to educate or send a reminder, right? Constantly reminding And also, believe it or not, the constant reminding will become like hypnotize people. You say it all the time.
So it's part of their...
remember.
Yeah. Right. Always wash your hands. Yeah. Right.
Say it over and over again. You know what? Once they see the faucet, they see there's a soap. No, I'll wash it because people remind me all the time.
Yeah, I think you do a good job of that because we're always getting reminded.
Right.
And
I also always encourage all the employees then, when you have any doubt, stop. Reach out to your IT or your security personnel. Right. They can help you. There's no such a thing as a super urgent. Never. Anything can be wait. Right. That's why those scammers, they also try to using some like very urgency word. Okay. I need this report.
It needs to happen right now.
Can you send me this? Can you open this right away? I want you to sign this contract out of lost $1 million of a deal. Right. So think about this.
That's why you need two-factor. Takes time, right?
No, not really. It's when you click on anything, open anything, by default, don't trust it. Internet is no longer a safe place. It's not. It used to be a fun place for you to browse, to go to this site shopping or whatnot or read your article, right? Not anymore. And every single URL, I'll say, is potentially dangerous. But thank goodness, there were lots of they say the big company, they provide services, they do a pretty good job to protecting the everybody out there. Right? But again, when you receive something in your computer, if you have any doubt, stop what you are doing and reach out to IT. Either tell them to come to your desk or just forward the message to them and send them a screenshot. They will be able to help you. Okay? Don't just react right away immediately because there's there's urgency, right? That's how people trick you. Okay? So for example, a very interesting thing. It just happened 2 days ago. It's around late afternoon. Someone knocked on my door. It's already dark. And claimed that she's from PG&E. She wants to review my bill, make sure it's all okay. I don't know what she can get from look at my bill. And I told her that, well, first of all, it's all paperless. Well, can you print it out? I don't have a printer. But don't you want to verify? No, not necessary. Right? I don't know what she's trying to do. Right? But first of all, you knock on my door after 6 p.m.
You should already know this info if you really truly work for them.
Right. If you already work for PG&E, you should have a copy of my bill. Why do I need to pull this out for you? Right.
So it sounds like you're saying the zero trust principles and guidelines. Don't trust anything.
Correct.
Be very picky. And
so my understanding of a zero trust is, I might be wrong, is it is a principle. It's a philosophy. Although people call they were like zero trust 2.0, but the bottom line is like I said, this is my understanding is I don't trust anybody. I don't trust any machine unless you go through this step: authentication, authorization. Right? You authenticate, you are Idalo, you're a company employee. Great. I'll let you access the network. But do we have an authorization to access our financial system? No. You don't belong to that.
Right.
So authentication, authorization, and I can let Idalo just come into Splashtop network and can visit every single machine reside in the network. Right? Can I have our financial people go to our marketing system to play around to take a look? Cannot. They have a different level of access. Privileges. Right? When you have access to a certain system, how many people have access to our financial system?
Limited amount.
Quite a few, right? No, limited, but quite a few, right?
Yeah.
Do they all have the same privileged access?
No.
Okay.
Which is, I guess, an advantage for the tech side of security, because in essence, you at home, you can't have maybe, but it'll take a lot of work. You can't have a contractor go work just on your toilet in a bathroom, for example.
Exactly. Right? That's great.
Whereas with technology,
that's why they have a portable party.
True.
Right?
But, there's certain limitation in the physical world that you can't really deploy unless it will cost a lot and it'll be a lot of work, whereas software at least can put you in better position because of the capabilities.
Continuous the authentication and authorization.
Right.
And to make sure that you are the right person, you are the right machine, you're using the right machine, right? When you have a machine, you access remote access to company information. I want to make sure that your machine is clean. Right? Or if you're using your kid's computer to access and there were virus on it or whatnot. Right? So another beauty about zero trust is also that when you creating a services to allow your employee to access, the beauty is there's a worst case. The user can get compromised and the hacker get in. It's hiding its location. You don't even know where the system is.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike the traditional VPN, you log in, you can see, okay, server is here, you know the IP address. This is not the case in zero trust. Right? And also there were lots of philosophy. For example, you can do networks micro-segmentation. Right? So one network got compromised, the other one is safe. Right? Instead of just one flat network, you can create like hundreds, thousands of a network. So one system, one network got compromised, the other one will still be safe. And another one is also our third-party access. You have a contractor somewhere. I only want this contractor to be able to have a limited access to certain resources. So look at our SSW. It can be created just like that.
Yeah.
Right? You don't need to go through like, I need to provision a system for this person. I need to set up policy on the VPN. Like I say, a misconfiguration usually will cause breach.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And from this, a very
So how do you protect that side of things?
It's difficult.
Yeah.
Like also every system admin, network engineer, security engineer, everybody have a different aspect of how to configure it. How to configure a system, there's no standard, only best practice. But it also depends on how the system admin to configure.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think, okay, my way of configuration is right, without second pair of eyes to look at it. Right? When you set it up, like I said, you need to go back to review.
So what, and I feel at least we've been seeing this, and at least from, I wouldn't say studies, but expert, I guess, in the field, usually the people most vulnerable are the ones that are maybe don't have access to all, the second review, right? The right standard. They may have best practice, but they don't, let's say you're in the middle somewhere really far, you don't have a lot of budget, in your org, you're one IT guy, always find one or two IT guys managing 500 plus, and they got all sort of information they got to manage and assets.
There are a couple of
What is your advice to that
ways to improve, right? Having a third party to review.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Expertise out there. Another way is, let's say, for example, go through all these compliance and certification program.
So you control how everybody works.
Right. And an auditor will come in actually, right, to help you to take a look at your setting configuration. Another exercise is hire a security firm to do a, let's say, red team, blue team, or even purple team exercise. So hire somebody else. They have no idea what you are doing, and they are the expert, which is coming to try to break you and review all your configuration. You will be surprised. You'll be surprised.
Find things you weren't even thinking about.
Correct.
That's good.
Correct. Right. And I can speak for everybody, but this type of service is not cheap. It's very expensive.
Yeah, and people don't even have budget to do something like that.
But it's definitely worth the money, worth the investment, I would say. Right? So by reviewing by yourself.
It's like having an inspector coming at your house.
Correct. So some people say, hey, why do I need to go through this compliance program or certification? By looking at the industrial standard, the definition of a control, you look at it and you examine yourself. Am I doing the right thing? What have I been missing? You take a look. You think about it, right? Does this control help you? Does it make sense? Or is what you are doing correct, right? That's very important. And at the same time, like I said, you spend money hiring a security firm. It's a fresh pair of eyes. They are not biased. They just come in to take a look. It's like military drill, right? Mm-hmm. How do we defend our country? There's a drill, and usually occasionally you'll see there's a drill for fire drill in the building, and simulating there's a fire and you need to go somewhere else to hide.
Practice.
So on and so forth, right? It's important. And hire somebody to simulate the situation for you. Mm-hmm. And also, like for example, people talk about backup disaster recovery. Have you really done it to simulate anything that really happened? Mm. How can you react?
Just like a fire drill. You got to practice.
Yes, practice over and over again.
Yeah. No, this is you have great analogies. So it makes it so simple when you're explaining it.
Yeah.
But when you're executing it, reading, getting the team to comply, or you got errors in your computers and you're seeing things online, it starts to get more complicated, but very clear.
It's information era, right? There's too much information. Sometimes you don't even know what's right for you. Okay. And you want to find an antivirus.
Most people don't know.
Yeah. Everybody say, I can do this. Is it really true?
How do you know?
Everybody claim they are the market number one or market leader.
Yeah.
But like I say, look at what you need. Okay. So the entire security thing to me is you have a good asset inventory. And then according to your asset, you determine its value and have a risk assessment. And then you decide how you want to deal with the risk.
Yeah.
You want to mitigate, you want to transfer, you want to accept, right? So for example, let's go back to, let's say, the first question you ask. You have a jewelry you want to protect. But is it safe to, let's say it's a 10-carat diamond or 2 pounds of a gold bar. Is it safe to keep in your house? Probably not. If your house got breaking, then what you want to do? Maybe you will rent a safe box in a bank because bank has better security than your home safe. Mm-hmm. You transfer, you mitigate.
I get
right?
it. Yeah.
The risk is high. I don't want to lose it. I'm going to spend more money to protect this. Similar, very similar.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Okay.
You have so much good information, and we've been speaking for over 45 minutes. We're going to have you here again and definitely have more questions. The last question that I want to, hopefully, I've taken so many great things from here, but that I want to maybe take to our customers or prospects or people in the IT space is, and you've done this over and over many times, how do you, what are your best advice or key learnings that maybe evolved or developed by building a security team? What goes into your mind when if you're starting fresh and you're going to build a team?
It's tough. I'm transitioning from looking for the best or like most knowledgeable personnel, and I found out that the mindset and the way of people can communicate is very, very important. Sometimes it actually exceed the candidate's knowledge. Put it this way, if you can communicate to make sure that the communicated company goals and direction to the security personnel, what's going to happen? He will do his own thing. Is it wrong? Not necessary, but that's what we need to do right now, right? And I think communication over the years, I just realized this communication is super critical.
I agree.
What if I say, let's do item A, and he thinks differently? His interpretation to your instruction is different. And you start executing, make the thing become like A prompt. Then there's a gap, right? When there's a gap, risk happens.
Yeah.
Because I'll assume, okay, you already fill the gap. You already get this done. But what he did is actually, or the security personnel did, is actually not. Right? And all this communication will be like back and forth. It will be, it's not like, it won't be efficient.
Yeah.
And longer term, you will become like, you will be micromanaging.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something that, any manager want to, right?
I love how you broke that down. And obviously, I love sports, and it kind of fits in if you're building a team. You have your technical side and the tactical side, but a good team really will build that chemistry, and all of it is from the communication. It's from the decision making, right? Knowing each other's habits, knowing the team's goals, knowing what they're trying to execute. But if you can't communicate, if you can't understand, like you said, the goal, the mission, you ain't gonna get anywhere, just like anything else.
It's very similar, right? There's a paragraph of message. Even our law, our constitution law. That's why we have a Supreme Court judge. Yeah. Occasionally, there were 7 people. How many? I don't know. 8. They'll be sit down,
like,
right?
9,
just to interpret the one sentence of the constitution law. Right? It's so difficult.
Yeah.
Everybody's interpretation is different. We have a bit different background, different experience. When it comes to one single sentence and one single instruction, everyone will have a slightly different understanding about this.
Yeah.
You've been through lots of sales cycle, right?
Yeah.
We discussed the MSA. There's one simple sentence, and you're like, your attorney and my attorney, and let's talk about it, and change this wording a little bit. Communication. I just realized that this is actually, I think technical knowledge it can be learned over time, right? You crack some books, search on the internet, go on the forum, discuss with people.
ChatGPT.
You can learn. It can be learned. I normally don't concern too much about the candidate's technical skill or level. I more care about the mindset, his concept, the person's concept about cybersecurity, and as well as the during the interview, the communication, whether if this candidate can capture my spirit of my question, and just get to the point, answer. Right. I sometimes I don't even care if the answer is incorrect, but if you can catch the point, and this will help
how
us
they think, how they process.
Yeah. And in the future, it will be very easy communication. We'll get things done so much quickly.
This is great. Love it. Don't want to. There's more we're going to pull out of you, so this is great. Lots of insightful analogies and very helpful, I think, for even our org and even for me. Definitely learned something today. I love your analogy on the security. There's no best, but only better. And it's like, today I got better. And I know a lot of other people got better because we learned from you. So thank you, Jerry, so much. Like I said, this is smooth.
No, it's
and
my
I
pleasure.
knew
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, I knew and we'll have
Honored
more.
to be here.
There's definitely more that you can give back. I think at this point you're really giving back, and we have so many people in our company that can give back because there's a lot of experience. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Idalo.